Clover fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and of course it is our Tuesday cook-along. Now I have to tell you, when I was doing Top Travel, we went to Napoli, which is like the birthplace of calzones and pizzas, and they taught me how to make them. It is the best thing ever. This is going to be so absolutely delicious. It's going to be an experience in this kitchen today, a cultural experience. And the heady aromas of this much-loved Italian dish will fill your kitchen and absolutely transform your home into Neapolitan pizzeria. Now, our cheesy calzones are downright addictive and guaranteed to be a crowd pleaser, thanks to Clover's cheese range. Now, do not miss out on this amazing, amazing dish. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650, and we'll send you the whole recipe. SMS is R1.50, and then you've got this amazing recipe. And yeah, free SMSs do not apply. So, how you feel about Italian?
We sound beautiful.
I'm ready.
You set the tone there.
I'm ready to go. How should we get started?
So I'm going to start on the side with the sauce, because we want that to reduce. Like for me, the tomato sauce is such an important part of the pizza. It's not about all of those toppings. I think if your dough is right and your tomatoes right, then we can go from there. So that's why we're going to start on the side. And I've got this big smile on my face because I love knowing Jeannie's an expert at this, because we've got something coming her way later. But okay, but I'm going to try and stick to the recipe while I smile like this.
Oh boy!
So
I don't know if I'm good at surprises.
We've got a standard general base. We've got our onion, we've got our garlic, which we're going to pop into a pan. And we're going to build up our sauce from there. So this one is a little bit different because we're adding some spices to that. We're adding some sweet and we're adding some sour. So we really just want to give this quite a lot of depth. So this is quite a big onion. So I'm just going to do part of it, and we just want really nice small bits because it'll cook down and get soft. So I'm going to scoop that up.
And onion is actually really good for you. I always like a lot of onion because, and Sue always laughs at me because I'm a wealth of useless information. But actually, onion is so good for you because it cleans your blood.
Oh, is it?
How's that? Yeah.
While making you cry.
While making you cry, but I mean, it's just because you've got so many other things in the world to make you laugh.
Yes, that too.
I call it balance.
I like that. I said I've learned something new.
Yeah.
And guys, just a little bit of a tip, which I always stick to, and I say it on the show quite often, is that I like to add my garlic a little bit after your onions have gone in, because if for whatever reason your oil is too hot, once this garlic hits that, if it starts to crisp up too properly, those flavors are not actually going to infuse into whatever is in that pan. So just add it a little bit later. So I'm going to do a rough chop, and then we'll pop this in. I like lots of garlic, so I'm using a big clove.
Yeah, do it.
And I don't mind. I mean, it's Italian. Did they eat a lot of, was there a lot of garlic?
Yeah, they do, but I've burnt garlic before in that. Does that mean the taste is gone if it's burnt in that?
So you won't get as much of a round aroma, because it's actually, you know, for me it's an aromatic, so you want it to really flavor the whole base. So that's going to go in, and then the rest quite simple. We've got some chili, because we always like to keep it hot.
Can I be your stirring lady?
Yes, please. I love how she wants to get in there. It's literally the best thing.
Yeah.
We've got some oregano, also another typical, you know, often just gets sprinkled on the top. We're going to put it right into the base for some depth of flavor.
Okay.
And then that'll start to release, so we know we're getting, and I mean, it's already starting to smell like little Italy in here. And then we've got our chopped tin tomatoes. And then what we want to do before we get to the balancing this out with the sour is we're going to cook that down. So you'd leave this on for a little bit longer, but in would go your sugar, and you want this to completely dissolve and melt in before you start adjusting with your acid. So we want to get a sense of how sweet is this before we start to balance. And then,
but the sugar takes away that tomato acidity.
it takes away the acidity. So I mean,
that sugar.
I grew up in a home. You did say all of that sugar, hey? Because I was just going to say, I grew up in a home where we added quite a lot of sugar to anything that was tomato based.
Yeah.
So if you're flavoring the other ingredients properly, you actually, the whole thing is, what is the balance of that final dish at the end? So yes, all of that sugar. And
I
then
think she was panicking with the amount of sugar.
No.
Yeah, it was. I'm like,
and so once that's melted, my vinegar will go in, but I know that we want Aubrey to show us how he's going to get these meatballs going.
Okay.
Fantastic. But before we do that, I'm not used to this stove, so make sure that it's on the right temperature. Want it a bit up.
Which one do you want?
It's
This
on.
one.
But I don't think it's hot enough. I don't want to turn it off.
It's not on. I don't think it's on.
It's on.
It's on. So it's this one, so we're going to go a little bit.
There you go. Yeah,
Higher.
it's on.
There we go.
There you go.
There you
It's
go.
now
You see?
super hot.
It took 3 of them. You can imagine I'd still be here. I don't know what that.
No, I've recently had to learn how to switch this thing on, because otherwise I'd be here like... So like a while.
And now it'll get hot quickly.
Yeah.
Excellent. My job is very simple. It's to create the filling, which is, of course, the meat part. Beautiful
Yeah.
beef sausage and some paprika and a bit of parsley here, salt and pepper and some oil. And there are two ways to make this thing look like a meatball. There's an elegant way and there's the sort of not so elegant way. So let's prepare it the elegant way.
I can only imagine you doing it quite
Definitely
elegantly.
only the elegant way.
Otherwise, it's a very, very messy affair.
Yeah.
And I think I'll use this bowl. And that should be enough just for the demonstration. A little bit of parsley, a sprinkling of paprika, and I think the beautiful lady can grind salt and pepper for me.
Definitely.
To your taste.
You said the beautiful lady.
Oh, wow. The queen.
And whilst you're doing that, I'll chop some beautiful spring onion to go in it, just as a bit of that
Beautiful.
lovely savoury flavour to add to it.
I'm going to
Very
mix
rough.
this for you.
Now you can mix. I would just use my fingers.
Yummy.
Oh,
But of
yeah.
course, I'm not so elegant.
No, you know what? I love using my hands in the kitchen. I love eating with my hands. I work with my hands whenever I'm in the kitchen. But I just thought,
Keep it tidy.
I'll make it look all afternoon
decent.
You're doing a
espresso.
beautiful
Make
job.
it look fancy. Okay, there you
And then
go.
with that, we just make little balls.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be going in this calzone, you don't want them too big, just elegant
Yeah,
little balls.
chewy bits.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And
Top
after-
billing bite size.
And that's that.
You've done such a
And then we
great
put a
job.
little bit of olive oil, no, it's not, it's canola oil in there.
Yeah.
Only about a tablespoonful for this whole lot.
How's
A
that?
little bit more, I think.
More. That's
Yes.
more than a tablespoon.
And what I love about these is they're small, so they're going to cook
Perfect.
quickly. So those are going to hit the oil, those are going to go in, those are going to not take very long at all to cook through. And then we can start rolling and start assembling our
you go.
calzone the minute we've got
Perfect.
brown. So Aubrey, those are a great size, actually, for
I think we've
more
got
than one
spot on.
reason.
Oh, Aubrey, you
That's
are
perfect.
fantastic. So we've got our little meatballs
We've got
on the pan over here, and then our delicious tomato sauce,
Which is
just-
reduced perfectly. So,
Oh, really?
So you don't want it to reduce too much. We've got enough flavour. We're going to switch that off. Everything's melted, and that'll be our base.
Perfect.
You see, as easy as that. The aroma of these cheesy calzones is definitely enough to convince me to drop my diet today.
Good girl.
I'm day 2 on a diet. It always happens on a Tuesday. Day 2 of the diet, and then calzones for lunch, for dinner. But anyway, after the break, we add the finishing touches to our delicious Italian dish. We also check out the brand new LG Twin Wash. So remember, if you've got any culinary questions for our chefs or our fabulous guest, all you need to do is give us a call anytime during the show on 021 430 9881. We'll be right back.